name's Eric. I'm making faces that you can talk to. Let me demo what I got done recently. Well, all right. So there's a screen, and it keeps track of recordings that have been made for lines that a character speaks. All right, so here's Jerry, and he's got a line, "Buddy, hey buddy," and I've recorded 11 takes for it. "Hey you there," I've recorded 5 takes. And what I did on the last session was I made it so that well, basically the thing I just described works. So I'll click one line that doesn't have any takes for it right now. I'm going to do record selected. Right, one line selected to record. Let's start recording. "If you run off with my bag, I will find you. If you run off with my bag, I will find you. If you run off with my bag, I will find you." All right. So it doesn't immediately show it here. That I might fix in this session. But if I do a refresh, I come back in, it's gonna say, let's see, where is it? Now I'm just scanning to find the same line I just recorded. Here it is. "If you run off with my bag, I will find you." 3 takes. Okay, then I also made a way to play them back by clicking on these buttons. Except that there's some kind of sample conversion problem. So you may not be able to hear it, but it is making like a kind of like a mosquito buzz noise. I mean, if I've got to describe it. And I know there's some issue with the samples, how they're being converted from one format to another. So I think the first thing I'll do with this session is I'll make it so that after you record, it'll refresh this screen and show the new takes. So I don't have to do that kind of demo hack of reloading the browser to get the new takes to show up. And that'll give me like a sense of accomplishment. I've only got an hour and 10 minutes to work on this. And after that, I'm going to write not a fix to the problem of playing back with the mosquito buzz, but something that analyzes the samples and tells me what they look like, what like their min, max, and averages. Yeah, because I just need some way to kind of tell what happened to the samples without looking at individual elements of the array, because there's hundreds of thousands. So I need some analysis to understand the data, what format it's in and what format it needs to go to. So I'm going to work on those 2 things. I'm going to move my mic around too so I can actually have room to work. So kind of a stupid thing with the mic is my voice will sound better if it's very close, but the little tripod at the bottom gets in my way for typing, so it's kind of hard to solve that. At some point I might just get a mic stand that kind of extends the mic to me. All right, getting this page to refresh. So the screen that I'm working on is the speech screen. Let's look at it from the top level. Speech screen right here. All right, this is the top level React component for the whole screen. Recording dialog. When it closes, all I'm doing is setting the modal to null. The dialog class itself, or component, already did the work of storing the information in persistent storage, all the recorded audio. So I need to reload this something called the speech table. Let's see how I did it the first time. I used init, and it came back with what did it come back with? Having to reacquaint myself with this code. Where do I get speech table from? Oh, it's in the revision. Okay. I get it. So revision gets the speech table when it comes back from init. Let's just do on complete recording. And honestly, cancel is the same thing, really. On complete recording. I'll do on cancel recording, even if the code does basically the same thing, because then they can just, the two of them, they can call some shared function. Oh, hiccups. Not the hiccups. Okay, set revision would be the other thing that's needed to pass. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you're making some guesses there, aren't you? So let's do set revision. I have a GitHub Copilot coming up with autocompletes for me, and sometimes you just gotta ignore them. Set modal dialog. Cancel recording, and then let's just do update revision with speech table. And set modal dialog null. And I think I'll just put that here as well. Okay, I feel like I might already have this function or something like it. Let me see what I did up above. Speech table equals, okay, I load that from the spiel. So I have update speech table with takes. Question is, does that clear out existing takes and replace them? I need to go look at that function. It will. Okay, so this is going to be real easy. Let's see what Copilot did here. Yeah, get the revision manager. Yes, get the current revision. And then set revision. Okay, but this is wrong. Okay, so let's say const speech table equals that, and then we will what? Oh, you're saying it could be null. If not revision, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so await, oh, this has to be an async. Await. Okay, we need the spiel name. I mean, it's not coming from Revision Manager. Where does it come from? It could come from the caller. That's probably what I'm going to have to do. It's not what I have to do. I could do it this way. I could get the active spiel name. That's a little inefficient. That's a database lookup. And I've already got it in the screen component. So that can be passed up. Okay, and this, it needs to, actually, I don't even need to get the revision. Do I, or do I not? I do need the revision to get the speech table, okay, but I don't need it to set the revision. So I can do revision manager, and then add changes. Yeah, we pass in speech table. Now I'll update just speech table and make a new revision. Then, yes, like that. Okay, just walk through this again. First I get the revision manager. Then I get the current revision so that I can get the speech table. Why don't I just put this inside of another function? Function get revision speech table, and revision manager. I don't know why you are doing that. Oh, because it has to be. Yeah, okay. And then you are going to be speech table. Really? Okay. And this is garbage. Just and I can just basically say okay. Throw error. No revision. That's fine. This, just return it. Okay. So if I do that, then okay. Makes it a little bit cleaner and easier to read. Update the speech table with takes. That's going to check against the persistent storage in IndexedDB and update the data structure to include all the takes. Then we add the changes to the revision manager. Revision manager will handle persisting all those changes. It also has the undo, redo stuff in it. All right. Set the revision. Okay, this needs to pass in spiel name. Right, and then where do we get it from? The caller needs to send it to us. And honestly, let's just copy this over. It's basically the same thing. These two should be exported so they can be called from the other side. Okay, go back to the speech screen. This needs to pass the spiel name, and I think that is the document name. All right. Mr. Megami. My apologies if I mispronounce your name. Storytelling framework. Storytelling framework. I will show you. Let's see if I broke anything. I didn't break anything. So there's this thing called Wisp that I'm writing. It's a web app. It's used for you to create interactive dialogues that these faces speak, and you can talk back to them. And there's one part of the app lets you create a face. Another part of the app, it lets you design all the interactive dialogue, including branching points in it. And then this last part over here I'm working on is recording the dialogue so that the voice will have something to say. An example of the voice is if I go here and set a test voice to here, I can...
I must create!
Oh, it's loud. Hopefully I didn't blast your ears.
I suppose.
So I have some default audio there to play with, but this thing, this screen over here, lets me record the audio. And I just made a change which may work. I'm going to record some dialogue now. I'll record this line for one of the characters. This is all inside of a web browser. We've got a little level meter here. The outside is wet. It's just water. I cleaned it off. The outside's wet. It's just water. I cleaned it off. Now I'll click finish. And it did not update. It did not update there to show 2 takes. Any errors off to the side. Anyways, that's a little demo of what the app does. I'm not sure if that answers your questions. So the outside is wet, did not bring in the new takes. And why would that be? I might have to set a debugger. You're thinking along the right lines. So this is a tool that would create the stuff that could be put in a game. You could put in other things too. But there's one more screen here that I haven't done any work on, which is to define a scene, which would be the location, the set of faces, and the script that go together, and that creates like a playable experience. So you could use this tool to play it, or there'll probably be something else which is a little more standalone, which is used to play the different parts. So it would have called on complete recording. Mr. Mogami, are you a developer? Let me see. So I was in here. Okay, so general interactions. Let's go set breakpoint. Yeah, it's React. So React and TypeScript. What kind of development do you like to do? Let's do on complete. Web mostly, yeah. Yeah, I like web, not because like writing web code is so great, but just because it's like a way to get something you create out to people very easily. So I've focused more recently on web. I used to do, well, like for the last 4 years I did Unity development on a game, and I just thought, I don't like being locked into the Unity engine, and I just want something that's just more under my control. So web development it is. Let's record another line and see what happens in the debugger. All right, magic sauce will be the line. Magic sauce. All right. So the execution did come over here. Good. Let's size this a little bit better for debugging. Spiel name. Yep. Set revision. That's cool. Okay. So we get the speech table. Let's see. Yeah, that's healthy. Update speech table it takes. Okay, so I want to see what happens to magic sauce. The debugger is a life changer. A lot of people, when they're starting out writing code, it takes them a while to get to the debugger. But it's really gives you so much visibility into what's going on. Yep, that's what everybody does when they start out. Console log, just output. It's the easiest thing to learn how to do, but it's not the easiest way to debug. And if you do learn a debugger like in one place, you'll be able to use it elsewhere too. Because it's the same concepts they always have, step through one line of code, step into, step over. Yeah, definitely recommend it. Okay, so update the speech table it takes. Everything looks healthy. Then I don't think I want to step through this whole thing line by line. So I'll probably go up a level, let the execution return from this function, and I'll just examine what came back. Okay, so in the speech table, Let's see what we actually got. Magic sauce. Okay, did not bring back any keys for that. This might be something a little bit like a race condition where the writing to the persistent storage in the web browser wasn't done yet, and execution came here. Could be that. So I definitely know that it's not going to be in here. Let me see if it picked up other stuff though. So like the first one should have like a whole bunch. No, it's got none. The first, is that true? No, the first one is a character line, then it's buddy, hey buddy. Okay. Okay, so let's go look at this a little bit longer. Speech table. Bam, bam. Okay. So that's character line. Here's the dialogue line. Did it get the... Yeah, I got 11 of those. Magic sauce has got nothing. So, yeah, I should look over on the application side, see if it actually got recorded over here. This is a view of the IndexedDB storage where all this audio is being saved to. Alright, so Magic Sauce is here. So I did successfully record and store the audio, well, just now, but it's not. It's got to be a race condition. So by the time that I called this update speech table it takes, the database probably wasn't finished being updated. I think I know how to fix that if I'm right. Okay, I also think that if I just refresh and come back, no, it still didn't pick up Magic Sauce. What about the, yeah, okay, the two lines I recorded for Carla there, this might be a different bug. This might be a bug more related to this being a different type of dialogue. Let me just try a different line, see if the effect is any different. Okay, record selected. Maybe someday you need me to hold your bag. I'll do it. Maybe someday you need me to hold your bag. I'll do it. Okay, so that also didn't update. But if I come back here, refresh, come back in, there's the two takes there. Magic Sauce is still not there. Okay, so Magic Sauce, not sure. There's like a couple things I'm not sure about. It seems like I have two bugs. Yeah, it's all in the web app. And there's no service calls. So it just stores everything in persistent storage. Alright, so I see two issues. One, it never picks up this guy down here. Two, it doesn't update with new takes after it comes back, even though this line should give me a fresh information from the database. Set a breakpoint one more time. Let's record one more time. I am not asking a lot. I am not asking a lot. Okay. So let's look at speech table. I'm not asking a lot. Okay, it's got 2 take WAV keys here. 2 keys there. So it did get these. Okay. Maybe setting the revision is not enough to get the screen to update. Let's do the add changes. Then I'd like to know what current revision has in it. Oh, no, I mean, okay. So it's going to have speech table, is speech table updated? Nothing there. But that wasn't the line I just recorded. What was that line? Oh, I'm not asking a lot. So, yeah, you got the 2 keys there. So you did find the 2 takes I just made. Then, like, set revisions, not making it update. Is that the story? Yeah, it didn't update. Okay, then I gotta go look at my screen again. See, why didn't it update? So revision, if the state changes here, if I call set revision and this is given a new value, that should initiate a new render. And where would it show up at? Content. Yeah, then here we're passing in a new speech table. So let's do console log revision. I may only have time to look at this bug in this session. It's proven to be a little more thorny than I thought. Delete. Okay. Clear this. Let's see this guy. Would you just help him out? Okay. So I believe it did come back here with a new speech table. So would you just help him out? Yeah, you got the keys. So you got the keys. Then you'd go into Spiel Speech pane. You'd pass in the speech table I just looked at that had the keys. So then why would the speech table not be showing new data? Spiel Speech pane. Yeah, it just feels like it I really ought to have all the new data here. Let's do another console log. Let's see. HBO. Okay. Then let's go into the speech table rows. This might be it. This might be it. This funky thing here. This could be it. So I would have new a new speech table instance here, and I've got this function. I think this function might be a little tricky. If we say for each speech row, we're going to return a React element that matches it. Okay. Guess let's check one more time here too. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of know what you mean. It's just, it's been a classic problem of web development. The mixing of different types of code together, because you sort of need to have, you have to work with two types of code at once when you write web code, right? You got like the HTML, which is what gets rendered, and then you've got all the code that controls it, which will be JavaScript, and I think every language does something that looks weird to somebody. But I've gotten used to this. This isn't too bad. I think I prefer it over some of the templating languages and things like that that have come up over the years. Yep. Let me see. So I got all my console logs there. I think I can take out the console log here. And let's just try this whole thing again. Okay, so this, I'll clear that out. And let's record. Let's clear this again. Don't open the bag though. The smell alone. God, my voice is weird. Getting over some sickness. Okay. So he did call in to spill speech pane and spill speech table rows. Do we have the takes in this one? Don't. By the way, I was being so high and mighty about using the debugger, but sometimes it just is easier to use console log too. It's good to use both of them. Okay, so this does have the friggin' keys. It's got it. So So I got passed all the way to the render function for the row, and somehow it didn't update. I feel like this is one that, as soon as I know what's going on, I'm going to be pissed off. Because it'll be something obvious. So row elements gets called. And then okay, row take WAV keys. I do have one more to dive into, which is the dialog row. Let's take a look at dialog row. All right, so recorded takes comes in where? Where do I get that from? From the keys in the row. Take WAV keys gets passed in. And this is just going to return, yeah. I was looking for like some state or module scope var where something wasn't being updated, or finding the data in some way besides from the props, but I'm not seeing that. So I guess I just have to keep on narrowing it down. It's really weird to me that it got in this deep and the data is still correct. Yet the result is it's going to render without showing those extra takes. So that confuses me. Okay. So I don't have to spend a lot of time in the debugger. I'm going to say if text equals, and then let's find, yeah, it's going to crash there. But just come back. Die. Okay. Go back. There we go. All right, let's pick one line that I'll use. I need this bag for medical reasons. Okay, if text starts with I need this bag, console log, attack WAV keys, and then also I would like to know recorded takes length. Okay. Okay, we'll try that. Since I know it's passing the right data already to here, I can delete that. Clear out a lot of my instrumentation. Speech table rows, spiel speech pane, same thing. I can delete this. Okay, come back here. And I'm just going to record this one here. Clear out the console, record it. I I need this bag for medical reasons. Finish. Okay, so by the time it got to dialogue row, there was nothing in the take WAV keys. Okay, now I'm getting somewhere. Now this is the first place I've seen the wrong data being passed. So that has narrowed it down. And I'm glad it narrowed it down. Okay, so dialogue rows. Take WAV keys is an empty array when it goes there. Speech table rows. I know here that speech table is correctly populated. So when we go into render speech table rows, speech table is correct. And somewhere in here, it's gonna render dialogue row. But what gets passed here is incorrect. All right. I'll show you, Mr. Megami, an extra trick for the debugger. If you want to, from your code, say, here's where it stops, you put in the debugger line. You might have already known that. Okay, but it's kind of annoying though, in some ways, because then you have to, it might come to this code a whole bunch of times and you have to, yeah. That's not actually going to work very well. All right. That's going to be too many times. Let's just reboot, reload. Okay, into speech. Okay, I need this back for medical reasons. I will go ahead and record another take. Okay, but I need to still have a breakpoint, but I can't set the breakpoint too early because then I'll get it for every single thing. But even if I did wait to set it later, I'd still have to hit the breakpoint for every single row. So therefore, I want to write code that will select for this value before it breaks. So let's see, we'll say if row text starts with I need this bag debugger. Okay. It's still going to do a bunch of extra breaks I don't want when it just renders the screen, but come over here and also I got to hit play a bunch of times to skip past that, but it is catching there, so that's good. Okay. Still, that's not the one I want yet. Okay. Not the one I want yet. Okay. I need this bag for medical reasons. All right, this might be the one I want. So let's look at the row. Okay, so the take WAV keys just has one thing in it right here. I think I might know what could fix this. It is looking like that race condition again. Like the data hasn't been written to persistent storage yet. That's kind of what it looks like. Let me hit play because it's coming back again. Let's see if it's still. So we only have one element in the take WAV keys, and I'm expecting two because I just added take two up here. Let's see, take two, that's what I just recorded. Okay. 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 Let me look at this other place. Wait, no, I don't have a complete explanation for this yet. Speech table is passed as a prop. When I did a console log here, speech table is showing what I expected. But inside of here, the row coming from speech table didn't have what I expected. Okay. So maybe what I want is I'll put back in the console log that shows the speech table. So I feel like I need to check this again. And then I'll take this out because it's kind of annoying. Console log. No. Give me the name of the function I'm in. Yeah, Copilot's not so smart today. I don't know why. Okay, then dialog row is doing some other stuff that's not real helpful. I'll leave it in. Okay. I need this back for medical reasons. Clear out the console. Let's record again. So now it's showing the second take, but a little bit late. I need this back. All right. So, interesting. Render speech table rows. At the very end, I need this bag. And it's got all three keys. That's as I was seeing before. Okay. So at that point in execution, it is correct. Okay, it's a little bit unexpected to see that. It is unexpected. So this is the closest point, or no, this is the furthest in execution I've got where I'm seeing the correct data. I need this bag 3 takes. Okay, then we go into, well, this is after it comes back from, the render function. So this is kind of after it's already rendered. Now, do we have 3 keys here? Yes, we do. So somewhere somewhere after here, I'm losing the expected value of take WAV keys. Oh, God. Let's just console log every friggin' row. Row. And yeah, it's gonna be a lot of console logging, but fine. Okay, clear that. Okay, and this one, I want it to show 4 takes. I need this back. Okay. So then it did this row. So the one I want should be near the end. Yeah, there's magic sauce. Maybe the next one. No, I gotta get a little further up. Okay, here we go. There's the row. 4 take WAV keys, good. Okay, so it's getting closer. Okay, so I verified that the row that's passed in is correct. This is so confusing. So let me make sure. Row, take, WAV, keys, array 4. So I pass that in. But I know that dialog row, for some stupid reason, is not getting the right value. This is really a bizarre bug for me. Really bizarre. Is there like an extra definition of row in here someplace? I'm just saying, let's take this array of rows and map it. And each iteration is going to assign the value of one element to the row variable. And we say based on the row type, we're going to we're going to render a component for the row type. Character, we do that. Parenthetical, we do this. Dialog, the one I care about, we render the dialog row. We pass in take WAV keys. It just seems so unlikely that I would be passing the wrong value. Prop value to take WAV keys. Like I can console log even closer in. I think the way to do this is we say row text maybe even just row text, and then let's do it inside of dialog rows only. And then console log row take WAV keys. And then I'll be able to kind of read through and see. So let's try that again. Now it's showing 4 takes, and the new good value will be 5. Clear the console. Chord selected. Clear the console again. I need this back. Okay. Alright, so yeah, so here, good God. It's showing 4. What? Oh, I'm going crazy. Why would it show 4 when Good God. This is so weird. I might have to come back to this tomorrow, much as I hate to say that. So I had up above, when I did console log row, it showing the correct value. Is it possible that row is getting messed with? No, I had inside of here, right here. I outputted the row and it was fine. Come down to here, there's a switch statement. I come down to here and the take web keys is not fine. Okay. So the new correct value is 6. I need this back. Okay. I'm kind of hurting my eyes looking at this gray text. I don't know why I made it gray. I need this back. Okay. So now it's only got... No. It's got 6 here. It's got 6 here. So when I look at the row that was console logged, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whereas when I look at this, good. How? Oh. Length 5 here, length 6 here. These two statements execute right after each other, like just together. So when I console logged row here, and I just kind of looked at the contents of it, row.takeWavKeys had 6 elements. Now when I console log the keys, it's got 5. It's like some weird Schrodinger's cat nonsense. See? So take 1 through 6. Here, take 1 through 5. I could destructure it and see what happens. It'd be tidier code. You make a good point. You make a good point. Yeah. Because console log, honestly, it's got its own code inside of it that interprets things different ways. So I think it won't hurt anything, and it's probably the code I want to have anyways to destructure this. So let's just destructure. We'll say text, take web keys, row type. here I can do row type. Yeah. Okay, here, just any place where it says row dot something, I'll just use the destructured value. I suppose is selected. All right, we'll see what that does. Like I would have thought it would not change anything at all, but I'm getting such weird reports on that array. All right, so now the correct value will be 7 takes. Chord selected. I need this bag. Okay. Okay, so it's showing 6. There's something off. I think I'm gonna have to come back to it, much as I hate to do that. It's getting to be about 6 here. And that's my time to figure out dinner. Let me just write a few notes so I don't forget. I had insane execution. Row console log row showing correct number of take WAV keys elements and -1 elements when console log row dot take WAV keys. Yeah, I think I gotta leave it at that. To do. All right, Mr. Megami, nice to meet you. Maybe I'll see you around a different day. I'm gonna call this a session. All right, stopping the stream. Stopping the stream. Stopping the stream.